thanks a lot, and thanks for having me. So my name is Thomas, and we have entitled 90,000 customers to use our product SAP Cloud ALM. So for that, we had a strong need to scale in all our dimensions. What you see here is our hockey stick. And to be honest, for me as an engineer, it's the best problem that we could have as an engineer, because it means that we are successful in everything what we are doing. If I should divide this into three phases, I would say there was a setup phase where we did the concepts and implement them, the learning phase where we adapt and can just actually adjust, and there's the time where you have to scale. There's no time anymore. What brings me to my definition of scalability. Scalability is the ability to handle the growth, but with the same people. We cannot add people in a linear manner to the numbers of customers. So therefore, we have to scale our organization. What we did, we shifted a lot of teams from functional to non-functional topics and do it based on data. What is the most important thing? And actually, the other part is the engineering excellence. So we learned we have to scale. So that means from the onboarding to the development to the operations, we need to seek for the excellence. Otherwise, we will simply die because we have no time anymore. Everybody is knowing these two colleagues, and it seems to be funny, but actually perfectly describe the challenge that you have if you develop a bigger product. So this multiplier with the two wheels has to listen carefully, have to understand the problem, and if he or she think she has the better solution, they have to convince the colleagues to use them. Otherwise, every team is solving the same problem. That's not good. And what we can learn from our kids is the change is positive. Initially, it's challenging, but with every fall, with every adapt, we will learn. And at the end, we will be successful. And we need this kind of mindset in our organization. Yeah, the feature topic is between the words of organization and engineering excellence. Features matters, no doubt. It's the reason why the customer is buying, using our software. It's the scope and the innovation. But it's only true as long as the foundation is working. So if the resiliency, scalability, the delivery, the support, and also the security we learned, if this is not working, the customer is leaving us. And therefore, we have to seek to things like automation. We completely automated our onboarding, that every customer can onboard themselves because everything is automated. It's done. It's scaling. So actually the other thing is the DORA matrix, what should be the North Star. So our North Star was it. And with the daily deployments, we had a good mantra to sneak this into our organization. And last but not least, we heard it also. Think about what you shift left. You cannot shift left actually everything to the teams. So we shift left our test strategy, make sure that you have a test strategy, and also give the people time to adapt to it. This will not come overnight. And last but not least, we are developing a microservice mesh. We are growing in our scope. We are using reuse services, make sure that also the reuse services are scaling. And for sure, we learned this also today, there's communication between the microservices. Make sure that the Kafka cluster is also scaling. And last but not least, the microservice itself. Our application has 70 microservices, and we had to help our teams with a practice, with a method how to scale this. Therefore, we had here this pretty easy example where we had a service and different clients, and the clients are sending requests to it. And the first, what you always should do, understand your scalability profile. How is the customer using your product today? And then come up with your SLI, SLO. You can take 10 times the peak load. Where do you want to be in 1 year? And then for sure, you have to prove this. You have to put the service under load to verify if your auto-scaling is properly working. Otherwise, you will die, and you will learn this in production. You don't want to do this. And last but not least, and it's pretty often forgotten, make sure that not one customer can crash your service. Do this with a proper rate limiting, and it's not, it happened pretty often. And yeah, thanks, and I hope you can take some aspects with.